In unison, they spun around to find that the door they had recently come through was closed. Junpei rushed to the door. Desperately, he grabbed hold of the doorknob. Ow. It was cold, beyond cold, merely touching it was painful. The doorknob had been frozen solid. It quickly deduced that the pipe next to the door had ruptured. Water released the rupture, but the rupture had hit the door and frozen instantly. Wait, is the stream over? Is the stream okay? Guys, is the stream okay? Don't scare me. Okay, thank you. Santa shoved Junpei aside and pounded against the door. Hey Lotus, you're out there, right? Open the door. She wasted no time in responding. What do you want? What's going on? The door won't open. Try opening it from that side. Please. Ugh, fine. If you say so. Hold on. Soon they could hear Lotus on the other side of the door. Arg! Arg! Then the grunting ceased, and they could hear light panting as if from exertion. It's no use. It won't budge. You've got more people in there. You figure it out. God damn it! Santa was shaking like a newborn deer. June was hugging herself and shivering violently. Even Junpei, with the heaviest clothes of any of them, was clearly feeling the cold. With every breath they took, they could feel the cold working its way deeper and deeper into their bodies. Anyway, let's find a way out. If we don't get moving, we're gonna be permanent residents. 2 heads are better than none. I'm sure we'll figure something out. Oh, okay, Jolty. Yeah, you're right. Let's just take a good look around this room, okay? Right. They pushed in, close to one another, and began to search. So, let's examine the shelves. The shelves, I said. There's some frozen meat up there. It looks like pork. Huh? What's this? It looks like a tag or something. We received a piece of pork. Let's search it. Junpei, there's a slip of paper in that meat. Is there a slip of paper? I think there's something written on here, but I can't read it like this. If we try to pull it out, it'll probably rip. Need to defrost that. Don't think we're gonna be doing that in this room. Oh. Doesn't look like there's anything else of interest. Guessing this is the only other thing here. Oh, dry ice. Dry ice? Can't you make that stuff cause an explosion if you seal it in something that's airtight? Explode? Yeah, didn't you do that in school? You should never underestimate the power of expanding gas. Oh. Junpei picked up the dry ice with its leaves as to avoid burning himself. Dry ice is just frozen carbon dioxide, right? Yeah, it is. I wonder how warm it has to get for it to turn back into gas again. Hell if I know. How's that gonna help us anyway? Oh well, I figure we might be able to use it to get out of here. They were about to move on when June spoke up. Carbon dioxide sublimation point is negative 109 degrees. Any warmer than that, and it'll turn into gas. Any lower, and it becomes solid. Junpei looked at her, dumbfounded. How do you know that? Despite my looks, I'm the queen of random knowledge. Looks bad to mess up when you're showing off. Oh, you're so cold your mouth's going numb? What? You're right. You're just doing that on purpose, aren't you? June giggled and did her best to hide her guilt. At least she was still feeling good enough to joke around, Junpei told himself. Come guys, don't you think it's kinda weird? I wonder why it doesn't turn into a liquid first. Santa was now shivering an astounding rate, but his curiosity seemed unaffected. Junpei, however, was not in a mood to discuss science. He wanted out of the freezer now. It did strike Junpei as rather odd. Hey guys, which one should we get? One or two? One or two, guys. One or two. I will give you guys 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to decide. Live first, death later. So on. So people want out of the freezer, but other people think it strikes them as odd. So we're tied for now. We need one more vote. Someone tell someone else to vote. Someone poke people so they can vote, because we need one more vote. One more vote. Happy birthday, Jolty! It's past midnight for you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. It's your happy birthday. Okay. That is an untying moment. So that is 3 for 1 and 2 for 2. And we're going to go with that. No, too late, Ben, too late. His patience was wearing thin. How the hell would I know? How the hell is that going to help us get out of here? We don't have time for this crap. Actually, Junpei stopped mid-sentences, surprised by Jun's interjection. Under enough pressure, carbon dioxide will turn into a liquid. This isn't really a good time for a chat about science. But I was wondering the same thing. Wondering what? Wondering why carbon dioxide doesn't turn into a liquid unless it's under pressure. Right? It just seems weird. Water's a liquid between 32 degrees and 212 degrees. So why isn't that the case for carbon dioxide? H2O and CO2 are pretty similar. No, they're not. They're totally different substances. Look, guys, if we keep this up, you're just gonna freeze to death. Oh, okay, welcome back, Dakota. You good with that? You wanna die talking about sublimation gases? Because I sure as hell don't. He fixed both of them with a glare. Now, let's get back to work. Assuming you don't want to end up like a pair of ice sculptures. Junpei turned around. The problem dealt with. Or so he thought. There's a kind of ice that doesn't turn into liquid when it goes above 32 degrees. I heard about it. Its melting point is 96 degrees. Its melting point is 96 degrees? You mean there's water that freezes at 96 degrees? Yeah, well, you could also look at ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. Water that freezes at 96 degrees. Ice that won't melt until it's 96 degrees. That's interesting, or it doesn't matter. I'll give you 2 minutes. 2 minutes on the clock. I mean, that seems like actually a very interesting thing to do. Discussing the properties of gas and liquids and solids. Okay, so that's 2 for 2, 1 for 1 so far. Bop, bop. 1 for 2 for 1, 2 for 2. It's a tie. Bop, bop. They already stopped caring about getting out. So 1. So that's 3 for 1, 2 for 2. Sorry. I may be getting a little bit loopy, so I think I'm gonna finish the kitchen. That might be it for the day. For the day. Bop, bop. So you guys have 30 more seconds. Sorry. I am a little bit more hyperactive than I thought I would be. I'm a little bit loopy, and I want water, which I actually have here. Yay! Yay! And it's 1. We're going for 1. That's interesting. No, that was difficult to ignore. Junpei had to ask. So what's this ice melt with melting point of 96 degrees called? I heard it's called Ice 9. Ice 9? Oh shit, 9! Originally, Ice 9 was made up substance invented by a science fiction author. But recently, scientists have discovered that such a substance actually exists. Wait, hold up. So is this thing called Ice 9? Or is it water? Like you said, if the ice is over 96 degrees, it'll be a liquid. If it's under that, it'll solidify. So if you could think of it as a polymorph of H2O, here, think of it like diamond and graphite. They're both made of carbon, right? But depending on the structure of the crystallization, the hardness and the structure are completely different. So you're saying normal water and this Ice 9 are like that. Yep. She wasn't finished. Have you heard the story about the crystallization of glycerin? For 150 years after the discovery of glycerin, people cooled it, warmed it, and did all sorts of things to it. But whatever they did, it never crystallized. However, one day in 1920, some glycerin was en route to England by ship was discovered to have crystallized during the trip. Naturally, scientists worldwide wanted to research this new crystallized form of glycerin and began asking for samples of the seed. A seed is, of course, a sample of the original crystallized substance. With a seed crystal, further crystallization of glycerin would be a simple matter. However, something very strange happened. Not only did the glycerin encouraged by seed crystals begin to crystallize, nearby samples did as well. It didn't end there. After that day, all glycerin in the world began to crystallize naturally when cooled to less than 64 degrees. Before that day, no matter how glycerin was cooled, it refused to crystallize. But once the crystallization had begun, it was almost like, how do I put it? It was almost like the glycerin in the world was communicating. Communicating in some way that we can't sense. Junpei was honestly impressed or was kind of annoyed. You guys have 2 minutes until my time of 10, 11. Whee! Was honestly impressed or was kind of annoyed. Why would you be kind of annoyed? Maybe because you are a jackass. That's 2 for 1. 2 for 1. 1 for 2. 2 for all. 1 for all. 2 for 2s. 2s of the 2C forms. Damn it, I missed them using the Tower of Treats.